Hi, welcome once again to our mobile app development. And from our previous video, we have created an interactive component that will going to convert no money real to a US dollar. So this one we have used also a stateful widget, and this components has been a part of our pretty much like a separate function which we have called upon as a name as a currency, and this currency was also called within our scaffold. So this time we are going to work now with the designing and development of Flutter using a text form field that will going to accept as well some RadioListTile, and perhaps we will going to have two selection whether our widget will going to display a certain amount, and we're going to use a container with a certain padding settings there, and probably a list view widget as well that will hold on as a child. And later on maybe we could also make some discount percentage rate like 15% and 8% otherwise. Okay, so before we start with that one, let's see how our output displayed, right, from our previous activity. And this is an example of converting a currency in money real. If we click this button, and it is equivalent to a 2.6 US dollar, right? Let's say 100, and this is 260. So what we're going to do is we're going to add on probably one more at the bottom of this label Omani to USD, and we will going to work with a discount. Probably this discount later will going to be um, our stateful widget. We will going to start up by defining a class discount, and later this will extend to our discount states. Alright, so without further ado, let's now begin working on this one. Right, so this is the previous code that we have completed on the previous lesson, and perhaps okay, I'll be creating a new stateful widget, right? Okay, STF, okay, stateful widget, and we will name this one as discount with a capital D. Okay, so this time this discount will later be our extend class, and within this constant placeholder we will going to create straight away using a column widget, right? So probably we'll just design this one. Let's create a typical wireframe over here, and probably within our column we will also put some children property here so that we could have an array of several components such as container. So, okay, so we'll just bring this one in, and later probably we could just duplicate our property or our settings for each one of the container. Right, so let's probably define the width for this, and let's make this one as maybe a double infinity. Yeah, double infinity for this, and probably one more. Let's put some color on this color property, and the colors widgets will going to be probably amber. Okay, so, and let's put some height on this. So this height will going to be 5 pixels. Okay, so probably one more container. I can add on one more container here, and let me just probably copy this children. Okay, and we'll just add more one container over here, and probably we will put some text discount label there probably. Okay, so let me just put some comma there. So we are still inside our children array. Alright, so this is, oops, of course I don't need to copy this one. Okay, alright, so we'll just change some colors on this one. Probably I'll make this one as gray, right? Gray material color, and probably height is the same, or probably not necessarily. So we'll just now put some childs on this. Okay, we'll put some child, and this child will going to be a text, widget, and we'll just make a label like this would gonna be a tour discount. Right, so this tour discount will going to be a label, and we'll just hang on to some property of this text widgets, such as text alignment. Right, so let's set this text alignment as a text align, probably center. Right, so we'll put it in center, and let's also put some style on this. Probably the style will be style with a text style widget, and let's put some probably font weight. Alright, so font weight, where's the font weight there? Yeah, font weight will going to be a font weight bold, right? And say for example, I think this is fine probably, or probably one more. Maybe we'll put some size on this. Remember, we are still on the text style, so which means okay, I'll just put this one down so that you can see that I'm having still part of this text style widget. This will be a property font size, and this font size example will be 20 pixels, maybe 20. Yes, and maybe last one is color property, and let's put some colors on this text styles, which is probably white. Okay, so there. Okay, now we're done with our couple of containers, and after which probably within this container we will going to add probably a padding, and this will going to be a next widget that we will going to add on. So the padding excuse me, let's use probably constant over here. The new variable that we will going to use, but it will going to be an edge inset with all property value, and say for example, let's have let's define only 8. Okay, this probably the padding which I'm working on it, it's still needs to get the property here, right? Okay, let's put some comma here, and okay, let's add on some child here so that we could insert some new widget over here, and let's begin with a certain column. So this column we're going to divide once again some array here, and we will just use a children so that we could have a multiple widgets over here. So for the meantime, this will going to be a text form field now. So this will be our widget on the text form field, and probably later we will going to put some uh, on-change value over here, right? So probably let just put some text form field there, and then inside the text form field we will do some decoration, of course, or perhaps let's see how it looks first. Here, let's save this one, and let's see if we could do the hard reload. Right, so of course this won't be working without calling out here in our scaffold. Of course we need to add here, which is this one is discount. Okay, this will be the discount widget that we have just created. Right, so save again, Control S, and let's see how it looks once again. Control R Shift. So okay, so this is what we have added. We have already created the discount stateful widget. So within this building this rendering our return column widget, so we have some 3 widgets already: the containers, right, and the container that comes along with a text alignment, a text style, and one padding so that we could have later the text form field. Right, so let's see if it's really refreshing. Otherwise we will do the hot restart here. We'll just see if the containers and paddings and along with the text form field without any property if already displayed. Okay, I think it's not yet, so let's better terminate this, and once again let's run this one with the Flutter run lib live slash main underscore template dot dart. Okay, so let's just run it on our browser, okay, using Edge. Okay, so while we are waiting for the output, let's probably continue our text form field within this padding. Right, so we have already work on the couple of containers that will only appears a label, text, discount, and probably one empty container which is color amber with a height of 5 pixel. Right, so hopefully we could see that one already. But while it's refreshing, we can now set our property in the text form field, and this text form field is later we will add on some what we call properties such as controller. Alright, so I can press enter here. So let's already define the controller of property of our text form field, and later probably we can name this one as tour rate. But for now, okay, the tour rate is not yet defined. Okay, now it's loading. It's taking some time to load. Okay, Okay, while it's loading, probably I could just commented this one first so that we will not be having some problem in a property. Anyhow, we're not yet defining the tour rate, so this time we'll just go straight on the on change. So this will going to be we will going to invoke this one, this on change, with a certain value. This on change will set a certain value using either an arrow function or either using this what we call curly brackets. Right, if I select this one, there will be an on change value here, so this will going to be later to be invoked using a set state here. So let's keep this one as empty, and later we will going to make a statement here using if statement, probably particularly if it's not empty logical and we'll parse it also as a double parse so that it will going to be default as not equal to 0. Right, it's like with an empty, if is it not empty. So we will also assign another variable later, probably using discount here, and net rate. We'll use a double parse so that we could convert this one by parsing it into text and make we will subtract that one to our discount. Right, so condition later, maybe we'll use some discount. It's either 8% or probably using another discount rate that we're going to select in our radio list. Okay, so we will skip this one for a while, and we will continue working on the radio list, and this will going to be still inside our array here. So I could start over here with the radio list, and I will use now a RadioListTile, right, a RadioListTile widget, and that comes also with a value. Later we will name this one, but we will use also some property of the of this one. Probably I'll just make this one as maybe text GC. Later I'll just put this one on there. Right, then we will add on probably a title here, so that we will have a title text widget here. Right, text widget also, and just put it on inside the string, and we'll make this one as guest customer. Right, so that's why I put that one GC there. And probably after this we will just make a group value, but if no needed, we will just skip that one for a while. And with the use of on change value, okay, we will use that one as on change value over here. So every time we are selecting that radio button, oops, this is deprecated. So probably we could have on change value, or perhaps I will just ignore this deprecated value, on change, and okay, once again I will type that one again. Okay, on change, right, on change, and I will going to use a value with this curly bracket. Right, so probably I will just put some variable type here, m type, and then let's define that one with the condition as well. Okay, and after which is we will going to display it within here after our RadioListTile. Okay, I'll just comma here, and we are still inside our children, and this will going to be a text text widget, and probably we can display whenever we're selecting the tour. Example, this is tour estimated rate. Okay, and then another one, probably text widget with the selected discount later, where we will use the dollar discount variable here, but we haven't declared yet. And probably text widget again that will going to display our net rate. Okay, we'll have a formula over here later on, and perhaps we'll just put some spacing here using our size box, right, widget. Right, so we'll just make a height, probably height here only as equals to, or colon probably 50. Okay, oops. Not size, that is supposed to be size box. Alright, so it has to be size box. Okay, so let me save this. So by the way, I need to see the outcome earlier. Right, there is our discount. And okay, it seems that I'm not seeing yet. Oh, okay, our text, our form field is not yet complete. Some other property over here. I believe we have only put some empty empty form field over there. So let's add on some property here so that we will see the text form field. And for this one now, let me go back to this text form field, and I will going to add on some property of some decoration as well, and later we will complete that controller as well. Right, so I have already on change value here, right, and I have already just hang on to this controller property, and probably when we do the set state later, we will just complete that one on change value. Okay, so this time maybe I will add some decoration here, property, so that we could see how the input decoration widget will looks like, and we will just use the label text. So we have done this one already, and in our previous video. Okay, so label text will just, I'll just put this one in string, and let's say that this is the tour rate. Okay, probably I would also want to use a prefix icon before we use the money, and this time I will use maybe some icon widget, which will going to be an icons with s dot. Maybe we'll still use some money here, right? So money, there, it's over there. And probably one more for border. Okay, so border will be our property of our input border. Probably we could use, or not an input, maybe an outline. Okay, outline input border. All right, and so there you go. So maybe let me save this one. Okay, all right, so let's see if it will accept our hot reload, and perhaps we'll just look on to our display, and there you go. Yeah, so by the way, you are now noticing that our scroll, vertical scroll, is working already. Right, look at that. Why? Because we have already included that one on our template. If you remember the template that we started, it comes with a single child scroll view widget within the whole body of our widgets over here. Right, So only what I have noticed, I think it's only one radio. It's only one radio button is coming there. So we still needs one more, which is another options over there. So for now it's nothing is happening, right? So what we wanted to work here, if we enter the to rate here and selected a particular option here, some percentage will going to be computed here, and respectively it will going to display in the discount and net rate label there, right? So let's continue. Now let's probably just add on that another option. So this is a guest option. This time I will still add on one more radio list. I mean, yeah, RadioListTile over there, right? Because we have already RadioListTile for the member. I think this is a member. Did I done guest? I think this is the guest, and probably I need one more for the member. I think this is already guest customer, and the other one member. So probably I'll just change this one and copy the whole thing. For example, this is for member. Alright, and later I will just copy once again the radio list over here until here. Alright, copy this, and perhaps I will just add here another one, another radio list, right? Okay, and I'll just change this one as if this is a member, this will be a guest. Okay, guest for a customer, right? So okay, so basically I ignore the deprecated member used there. So basically let's review this one. This is what we will going to work with. Suppose if we are selecting a member or a guest. So say for example, if we selected the customer, the discount will be 15% if we are a member, but if we are a guest, otherwise this will going to be only 8%, right? So this is guest or MC, and this will be GC, right? Now I think this time we are now about to start working with our variables, right? Starting on the tour discounts. Basically we are now using some tour rate here, so probably we might be needing to make a variable, declare somewhere here in our class underscore discount state here, because this is where our container, and before this auto override, so we will going to work with probably the string. We need it later. Okay, I will be using a string using okay, m type. Okay, so probably I will use m type, and I will use this one equals to MC, right? So and I need also double data type. We will going to use a variable for discount itself, discount, and let's make this one as 0.0, right? And we might be needed also some one variable we'll set as double, and we'll use the net rate later, the net rate, right, which is also 0.0. Okay, so later the final text editing controller using a tool rate, we will do it also here, right? And let's go back to our on-change value of our text form field. This one we will also assign this one later into our text editing controller. Okay, so we can do that one now, so that I can remove the comment here. So say for example, I'll just be inserting over here let's say final. Okay, text editing controller would be, I define that one as underscore tour rate. All right, equals to, it would be a text editing controller as well, text editing controller, and semicolon here. Right, when I'm going to use this one now, I'll remove this comment over here, the to rate, and that will be okay. Right, so we will use this one later in our text form field. This is where we will enter our to rate. Okay, so now we need to go to our onChange method here that we're going to invoke our formula, so that when we type in our text form field, the onChange value automatically will go into parse. And okay, so let's make a conditional over here that the underscore to rate, right, it's dot text, of course, if it's not empty, right, dot is not empty, all right, as a boolean there, and we will use a logical AND here, and perhaps using a double, of course, a double parse that we will use for converting our source, which is the to rate. Okay, this is a to rate dot text. Okay, so there you go, and it has to be pretty much not equal, so it has to be not equal to 0. All right, so this condition is going to be our first condition, so which means I'm supposed to do this one using a typical if statement. Okay, 1 minute. All right, so 1 sec. I'm going to use the if condition. Right, so if this one will going to be satisfied, right, all right, then we'll do just like a JavaScript over here, right? And of course we will try to work with the discount. All right, the discount will going to be will be equals to our double parse, of course, double parse, and this will be the to rate. Of course, we will use that to rate. 1 minute, double parse, and this is underscore tour. Okay, to rate dot text. Of course, we need to parse this one, and so that we could get this equivalent. Let's say this will going to be 8%, right? Let's say 0.8, right? It's supposed to be 0.08, right? And this is semicolon, right? So this will be it, and of course the net rate later will going to be our another variable that will display the value later at the bottom. So of course this should be also double pass. Okay, and this will going to be underscore to rate would be also be subtracted later, right? Would be also subtracted to our discount. Okay, so we have already the discount variable, and this is semicolon. Okay, this is later if we will going to select a certain radio list, so that radio list which is a member, so there will be like 8% discount, so that it will subtract that one, right? So probably we could We could do that one later once that we have also invoke our radio list with the value MC. So the MC is basically later is a value that we have declared here as a string M type, right? So that when we selected that one, it will going to be work with an on change value as well. Okay, now for that we will have to go to our radio list, which is the member customer that will be having an 8% discount. So remember, we have a radio list over here, and we did a value already MC. Okay, let me just put this one down there so that you'll see all the property. We had already the title, and we are not yet completing the on change. So the on change value here, of course, there will be an on state. By the way, something is missing on our on change. On change is basically it has to be within the set state. So this is what we have forgotten here. Right, so one sec. So I need to make a set. So this is not like a typical JavaScript that we could go straight within our parameters. So let me just cut this one and set. Okay, set state, right? And of course within this open and curly bracket I will paste this one. Alright, so once again I will be doing the same thing here in our on change. I will going to put the set state there, and later we will going to work with the formula for our first radio list style. Okay, so here what we're going to work here is probably I'll be using the M type now. Though the M type, remember the string that we have used, declared. This value of this string will going to be selected as a toString, right, function here, so that when we select this part of the radio button, it is going to be taken as the value property here. And let's put some if statement here. So perhaps okay, so if the tour, okay, if the tour rate, okay, we have it already here, dot text dot text, which we have selected, which is also considered not empty, that is not empty, right? At least we have like a validation with the logical and, okay, logical and that our double, okay, our double parse here, dot parse, okay, double parse in the tour underscore tour, oops, okay, underscore tour rate will going to be, of course, text there will going to be supposed to be not equal to 0, right? This will not be accept. Okay, this is not equal to 0, right? So all the time it has to be not equal to 0. But of course, let's put some curly bracket there to complete our if statement here. So if is it not equal to 0, maybe probably I will just once again copy this one, though it's pretty much the same also here, right? And I will put it over this if statement as well. Right, so discount double parse to rate dot text multiplied by 0.08%. Okay, net rate double parse underscore rate text minus discount. Right, this is when we will going to select our member. So which means if we're gonna be working with the on change set state method in our other radio list tile, which is the guest customer, so we will just change the value there. So this will going to be only 0.06. Let's say it's think it's a 6 or 5%, right? 0.05. Okay, so let me just probably I'll just capture this one, the whole thing, and copy. Wait. So be careful. I'm copying because the last curly brackets is supposed to be this one. So meaning we are capturing the set state until here, right? Copy this, and I'll paste it over here, and I'll just change this one to example to a 5%. All right. So I think we're good, and only I need now to work with is to show the discount value here, dollar ups, dollar discount, right? And the other one is the dollar net rate. Okay. Oh, net rate. Okay. I think everything else is okay. Let me save this one, and probably if I miss something, could be maybe a spacer at the bottom, and I think I'm good now. If I had to reload this, if it will be, should be working by now. Okay, I think it doesn't allow me to perform that one though, so Shift R to make it a hot restart. Let's see if it works. Okay, now so let's better terminate this, right? We just save it once again, all, and Control C, terminate it, and rerun it once again. Okay, so if I run this one, of course I don't have any issue already on my discount within our scaffold, because it already works before I started completing the radio list tile there. So this one is the currency. This currency, I mean discount. The currency is from our previous lesson, right? That's work with the conversion. And this one, the discount, is purely only intended for our selection of radio tile. Okay, so let's wait. And once that, if this successfully displayed the correct output, which we are expecting on the result of our interactive components, and we're good. So we will stop this video, and we will continue to the next lesson. Right, so while it's running, right, let's review once again. So within our discount stateful widget, we have developed a column straight from our discount stateful widget, and when we created a column widget, and within that column widget we added more than 2 containers over there, because we have also padding just for the text widgets, and perhaps the second container there is just a label for tour discount, so that there is fonts will, or a label will appear there. But the third one is for the padding, so that we could have a child column and a series of array of children, because this is where the text form field will go, and then the radio list button. There you go. So let's see, hopefully if this works, we're good. Save example, I'll just put 100 over here. Right, so it's happening now. The discount is 8, and but if I'm a member, right, okay, so which means the selection of our of our radio button is not yet working properly yet. Probably this one because due to the deprecated, right? Let's say 1. Anyhow, um, I think one of the property that we might forgot in here is probably the group one. Where is that tile? I mean the radio list. The radio list, basically we use M type. If you remember, we have assigned M type here, right? M type. So which means the M type, string M type should be selected. So most likely, hopefully this will work. One of the property of the RadioListTile is not yet been used, but let's see if the group value, let's say after the value here, I will make a group value should be together, right? So I name that group value. Oh, it's deprecated, but let's see. The group value I made is M type. Okay, so let's just make this one as ignore deprecated. Right, I will be doing the same thing on the other one. This is member, and where's the other one? Member, and this one is no, the other at the bottom, and this one is for the customer. Okay, so on change value text. Okay, GC, probably here, anywhere. Okay, let's put this one value here down so that you will not be confused on the properties. Okay, and let me just put it here in between. All right, but it's also deprecated. Let's see, just ignore that deprecation though. Control S, and let's see if the hot reload will work. Otherwise we will going to hot restart again. All right, I think now it works. Right, it works. So it's 0.08. I think our computation is supposed to be 0.8 and 5. Control S, hot reload, and let's see the output. Say for example 0 is not up. Okay, so example only. I think it needs to be restart once again. Hot restart. Let's see. And once that is okay, we will going to stop over here. So let's see. Yeah, it's now coming 0. If I will enter 0 here, it's not coming out here because remember that it should not be equal to 0. One of our condition here with the text is not empty as well, and then it's not also equal to 0. But if I have entered, say for example 100 example, and the member is like discount is 8%, so it will become 92 example, Omani real example, right? But if I'm a guess, it will going to be 50. So there you go. So pretty much it's working properly now, and at least now we are seeing that the output from our interactive components using the stateful widgets along with this given text form field is working properly. So bye bye for now, and we will continue to our next recording web application, web mobile development. Bye bye.